The snow was coming down hard that night, thick, white sheets swallowing the lonely road in silence. A single dad named Jack sat in his small cabin at the edge of town, the faint crackle of a wood stove filling the stillness. He'd just tucked his little daughter, Lily, under a blanket, whispering promises of warmer days ahead. Times had been tough, the kind of tough that leaves a man staring at unpaid bills longer than he sleeps. But Jack still believed in kindness. He always told Lily, no matter how cold the world gets, sweetheart, we stay warm by giving. Outside, the wind howled like an old ghost, and Jack almost missed it, the faint rumble of engines dying somewhere in the distance. He frowned, stepped to the window, and saw two silhouettes struggling beside their bikes half buried in snow. Black leather vests. Patches he couldn't make out through the blur. They looked rough, dangerous even, like the kind of people others would cross the street to avoid. But Jack, he only saw two human beings freezing in the dark. Without a second thought, he pulled on his coat and trudged through the snow. "Hey, you folks okay out here?" he shouted. A gruff voice answered back, "Bike's dead, man. Road's iced over." The couple stood there shivering, a man with a heavy beard and tattoos down his neck, and a woman clutching her jacket tight. Their faces were tough, but their eyes carried the same pain Jack had seen in mirrors before. "Come on," Jack said. "You'll freeze out here. My place is right there." The man hesitated. "You sure? We're Hell's Angels, brother. People don't usually invite us in." Jack smiled softly. "Everyone deserves warmth." Back at the cabin, Lily peeked from behind the couch as her dad ushered them inside. The air filled with the smell of chicken soup as Jack ladled steaming bowls and set them down. "Eat up before it gets cold," he said. The woman's hands trembled as she took her first spoonful. The man watched Jack, studying his face, maybe wondering why someone who owed so much would still give. They talked a little. The couple had been riding cross-country, hit a bad stretch of weather, lost their way. Jack listened, nodded, and told them about Lily, about losing his wife 3 winters back, about holding on through every storm since. There was something in his voice, quiet strength, the kind that doesn't need to brag. The couple stayed the night in Jack's small spare room. Before dawn, they left a note on the table. "You reminded us what real brotherhood is. Thank you." They rode off before Jack could even say goodbye. The next morning, life went on. Jack went to work at the auto shop, came home, made dinner for Lily, tucked her in. He never thought much about it. To him, it was just another night, another chance to do right. But the next day, as sunlight glared off the melting snow, the sound of engines roared through town, not 2, not 10, but over 100. Neighbors peeked through their curtains as the street filled with chrome and leather, black vests flashing skull patches. One by one, the bikes rolled up to Jack's cabin and parked in perfect lines, engines rumbling like thunder in a church. Jack stepped outside, eyes wide, holding Lily's hand. The bearded man from before climbed off his Harley, his wife beside him. He walked straight to Jack, eyes shining. "Brother," he said, his voice breaking, "you gave us warmth when we had none. You treated us like family when the world turned its back. You didn't ask who we were, didn't care about our colors. You just saw 2 people in need." Behind him, 108 bikers removed their helmets, heads bowed in silence. "Today," the man said, "we honor you, not because you helped a Hell's Angel, but because you showed us what real strength looks like." One of them rolled forward a custom-made bike, matte black with silver trim and a small plaque that read, "To Ironheart Jack, the man who rides with angels." Jack's eyes filled with tears. He tried to speak, but his voice cracked. Lily tugged his sleeve and whispered, "Daddy, are they angels?" Jack smiled through tears. "Yeah, sweetheart. In their own way, they are." The bikers didn't just leave a gift that day, they left groceries, firewood, and a promise. They told Jack he'd never ride alone again. Word spread fast, about the single dad who opened his door in a storm, about the 108 Hell's Angels who rode back to say thank you. Weeks later, Jack stood in his yard, watching Lily chase snowflakes, and thought about how kindness always circles back. Maybe not the way you expect, maybe not from the people you think, but it always finds a road home. So if you're watching this right now, and you've ever doubted that one good deed can change a life, remember Jack. Remember that a single bowl of soup can start an avalanche of love. Be like Jack. Do good even when no one's watching. You never know who you'll save, Or who'll come back to stand beside you when you need it